Hello YouTube, this is Mighty Muffin with the third version of my auto brewing factory. Hopefully the last. As you can see, it's gotten much smaller. It functions just like the last one with multiple brewing stands running on the 20-second cycle to complete a full one, since all 4 stands run on the same cycle. It takes 20 seconds after everything's loaded to get 3 new potions. But unlike the other ones, this one has a horizontal potion line, a little crammed into the center, so hard to reach at times, but it's there, which allowed me to shrink down the size considerably. So let's get to building the factory. So over here I thought I might show you the main driver of the functions in the factory. Same as last time, it's an RS NOR latch, but this time it's using 2 droppers with 2 comparators. So for this demonstration, this is Q naught, this is Q, this is set, and this is reset. Now they can of course be reversed because it's a mirrored design, but if you flip set, it turns on Q and Q naught turns off. And if you turn on reset, Q turns off and Q naught turns on regardless of the current state of the set line. Now this works both ways, which is fairly important for this new design. It allowed me to remove a monostable circuit. Another new function in this design is the dropper here. No longer need a monostable circuit to have a 3-tick off pulse to allow 1 ingredient to enter this stand. All you need is a pulse, which we get. So let's start with the main detector. We want to put 3 stacks of stone and a 48 stack of stone in here and put this on negate mode. You could use something else, but that's what I figured out for the proper signal strength. And this, we need that signal strength because when this has 3 potions and 10 ingredients, this torch will be off. And when it has 3 potions and 9 ingredients, meaning it just finished brewing, this will be on. Okay, we've taken this line and brought it up here because this is where the RS NOR latch is going to be. Right here. And we are going to use a bottle, a filled bottle of whatever in here. We're using that because it allows for a slightly higher signal strength, which is needed for the Q naught line, which I will run right now. I guess it's not needed, but so Q naught needs to disable every single one of these hoppers here, including this one. We're going to do that by just zigzagging this and then running redstone, a repeater here on 1 tick, and more redstone. Of course I'm screwing up the design a bit here, but there we go. Now all of these bottom hoppers are currently disabled. Prove that by sticking, well, that didn't prove much of anything, did it? Well, this does though. These bottles are stuck in here that can't go down here because it's disabled. Next we need to run the Q line, which is right here. I'm going to put this on 2 ticks of delay. And run this over here. Like this. I'll be right back. So I got my setup a little mixed up here. This design's gone through so many iterations, I'm getting them a little confused at this point. And that's what the problem is. I've completely screwed up my RS NOR latch here. Which would explain why I was confused about this. Because now the extra signal strength is important. See, now it can reach. If you didn't have a bottle which is unstackable put there, there wouldn't be enough signal strength to reach the repeater. Also alleviates my confusion why these were needed. There we go. And that there. And as you can see, that fired that dropper. Now we want that there, still on 2 ticks. Want to run that there, and an inverter here. You're going to run some redstone, another inverter, and now you can run your line down a bit. You want to put 10 ticks there. Now I'm just inverting this again so it's the same as this signal, but in a different position. Because I want to run that here to place my rapid pulsar in the right position. I want to put this on 4 ticks of delay. Now this is a rapid pulsar here. It turns the signal into a series of 1-tick pulses. And we're going to put repeaters there and there. This will pulse all of these droppers very rapidly at the right timing so that they've just been drained all out of this stand here into this dropper just in time to be shot into this hopper and drained into this one. By which time these hoppers down here will have been disabled again. At the same time, this hopper is disabled when these are enabled so that you don't get an endless flow of potions, and this dropper here is given a pulse so that 1 nether wart is added into this brewing stand. Because we actually want, oops, there we go, 10 nether wart in this stand. So the circuit actually works now, but it's missing a fairly important component in the form of your disables. Because you don't want a fully automatic brewing factory that isn't quite fully automatic. Oops. No, that's needed. So this is your disable. When that torch is dark, you don't have this block here, so it can't power this. When this torch goes live, as you can see and hear, the circuit fires. Now we have to run our disables, which have given me a devil of a time. Come on, there we go. Okay, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, you can run this with less confusion if you want to make the circuit a little bigger, but that didn't suit my desire, so I didn't. Now, what's annoyed me about the circuit is this row here. I've tried to make it as small as humanly possible, and yet I still had to have this line here. Okay, what this basically is at this point, at this block, we have currently a 1, 2, 3 input AND gate. So as long as all 3 of these inputs are the correct input, so this is currently high, turning this off. This is currently high, turning this off. And this is currently low because we don't want bottles in here. This is the overflow. If there end up bottles stuck in here, this will permanently flip these, and disable the circuit. So if I stick something in there, it turns off. Oops. Now all we have to do is run these ones. This one's very similar to the other one. And there we go. Put an inverter there. Set this to 4 ticks. Don't have to worry about those ones. This one should be 4 ticks because this actually flips the circuit every time potions drain into your output, wherever that may be. For the purposes of this, it's a chest just because it needs to go somewhere. So since we currently have no bottles, the circuit's been disabled. And now we are only missing this input. This is the one that gave me a lot of problems. I can make a 5 input flat AND gate, but going to 6 inputs and keeping it flat in the same footprint proved infeasible. So we put a little piece of redstone there, which is getting powered through here. So if I remove these, it turns off. I'm going to put a repeater here so as not to get interference from this one, even though it doesn't matter. Well, yes it does, I guess. Maybe not. It doesn't matter. Just put a repeater there. And a inverter there. That inverter powers this redstone, allowing you to tie that one into this AND gate, making it a 4 input AND gate. And this is a 2 input AND gate, or NAND gate, sorry. Until it hits this inverter, it's NAND. When this inverts, it becomes an AND gate. So we have a 4 input NAND gate being combined with a 2 input NAND gate and then inverted, to make a total of a 6 input AND gate. So now we have all of our disables in, and all we need is a bucket of water and some bottles. Okay, so I'm going to break this for the time being so I can seed the circuit, simply because I prefer the circuit to be seeded before I do it. That way I don't hear that piston actuating constantly. It won't try to screw with the circuit. But currently we are now brewing potions. I've also screwed this up because I've fired the circuit a few times. So we have awkward potions in here, not normal potions, so we want to put 9 ingredients. And put these back. So now if I replace this block, we hear the circuit fire. Our awkward potions make their way in here. We have water bottles. And when this brewing stand finishes, we're going to end up with the circuit firing again. And here we go. And we have awkward potions. And we have potions of swiftness. Now I'm going to let it go through this cycle and the next one so I can show you what I mean when it's draining out of this one. So we have swiftness 2s with gunpowder. And when it drains, you'll see this piston's going to actuate, but it's not important. We put enough delay here on this one. That's why we added this delay. So we have 6 ticks of delay on this hopper. See, it actuated, but it popped back before this line went high again, or before it went low. If this actuated back before this line goes low, bad things will happen. It'll cause your circuit to fire a second time and completely screw things up. But we have 3 potions of splash speed 2 here. 6 now. And this is run out, so we've turned off the circuit. We want to run this off of here just because there's not 6 bottles here. And there you have it, a new, much more compact design. Still makes a full potion on a 20-second cycle. Each potion, of course, takes 20 seconds times the number of stands you're going to use, so this one takes 80 seconds. However, you get 3 new potions every 20 seconds once everything's seeded, as I said. And this can scale up or down, depending on the number of ingredients you want. This delay is needed to compensate for the delay I had to add in here. It's kind of backwards, but I ended up needing it. Weird things happen when the stands are empty, and this one fills for the first time if you don't have that delay there. The delay up here, that is. If you don't have the delay up here, unfortunate things happen with this stand, if this delay isn't here. This stand needs 0 delay off this. It can run straight off of here, but since the signal strength is 2, that means this line's off without a repeater. See? So we need the repeater there. It doesn't hurt it to put 1 tick there. I think you can handle 2 ticks, but this stand gets screwed up if you use 2 ticks, because everything's quite tightly timed. Also, if you want to not do sensors, which I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you could. You can run these down here. You can put a block here, 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 with repeaters between these 2, and run this line into this block, just like you're doing up here, and it works fine. And you can have this entire face open if you want to make it more presentable, because this entire side is dedicated to sensors. There's nothing on this side other than the sensors. The rest of the circuit, which used to be massive, is over here. This design is a 4 high by 6 wide, 7 wide, because of these blocks here, unfortunately, by 9 deep. Now, of course, it could get narrower if you use less brewing stands. It's 9 deep because I'm using 4 stands. Each stand takes 2 blocks wide times 4 stands is 8 blocks, plus 1 more for the last one. And to run these lines over. But there you have it, version 3.0 of my auto brewing factory. Far smaller. Its volume is around 3 times smaller than version 2.0, which was 800 some odd cubic blocks, not counting, including the airspace. I'm just taking 7 times 4 times 9 to determine the cubic volume. And version 1.0 was 3 times larger than version 2's. So we're decreasing by a third every time. I'm not sure you can actually make it smaller using this many stands. But there you have it. If you enjoyed the video or didn't, please leave a comment in the section below telling me why. And thanks for watching.